Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, guys. So, what's the agenda for today? Just write it down. Okay. So, what we are going to do today is that the first thing what we'll do is few things is like we will be understanding exploit development. Okay, we'll be understanding exploit development. Basically, doing pen testing. Normally, let's say the Metasploit is used. Let's say one of the tool that is used is the Metasploit tool. Okay, and thing is that using the Metasploit, what is being done is that Metasploit is a tool actually which is done to kind of uh, um, let's say exploit any vulnerability. Okay, exploit any vulnerability in a system, and using that the pen tester actually tries to kind of get a remote access, or let's say remote code execution on the target system. Okay, on the target system. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to kind of understand today in kind of in depth, like how the Metasploit, let's say, it works internally, how it works, and thing is that we will be kind of doing exploit. We will be kind of uh, let's say for an example, we will try to uh, from my system. What we will try to do is we'll try to do a remote code execution on a Windows system. Okay, and what we are going to do is without, let's say, without using Metasploit, we are going to do a remote code execution on Windows operating system. And but the thing is that the script will be using it will be kind of a combination of Metasploit and Python code. And the first thing is that we'll try to understand everything in kind of a deep level, how the code actually works whenever you kind of try to attack a Windows operating system, let's say, how the code actually works on the Windows operating system, how it executes, how it kind of deals with certain settings in the RAM memory of the Windows, try to exploit the vulnerabilities and kind of get and tries to kind of execute a malicious payload. So we'll try to see everything in kind of a um, very in-depth level, so that we are not kind of just dependent on, okay, pen testing thing is that what normally thing is thought of that it's only just Metasploit, that we just execute the Metasploit tool and kind of it's done. It's not that. Pen testing is basically always knowing, let's say, what's kind of how things are happening at the background level, and how we can kind of do the pen test even without depending on any kind of tool, let's say Metasploit in this case. Okay, so that's the reason kind of we'll kind of see that topic uh, in a quick in-depth look. And the other thing is that we'll kind of look at the Splunk tool. And for the Splunk tool, we will be kind of having in kind of a lab where we will try to kind of solve certain kind of query. We'll see what our queries are and how we can kind of add certain logs. We'll try to see that. And also, thing is that what we will also see is that let's say how we can also use a Splunk tool on the same tool. Let's say, for an example, doing any kind of a incident response. So that's one thing that we'll see. And the other thing, we'll also see kind of an overview of the Alien Vault tool. Okay, so that's all kind of planned for today. And the other thing is the Q&A session. Like you guys can kind of also kind of will have a Q&A session today, and you guys can kind of for all the things that we have discussed till now, you can feel free to kind of ask questions on that. So that's one thing. So those are things that we'll try to kind of knock it down. And so yeah, that's it. So let's start today with the discussions. And so just give me a few seconds. Let me just quickly bring up my notes. Hi, Adina. Hi. Is there any question? Okay. So let me just quickly kind of just give me one second, guys.
Hi, good morning. Hello.
Yeah, please tell. Yes.
Sunil. So actually in the training calendar, so we have in that we do have only Alien Vault and Logarithm, the SIM tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you going to explain that tools, because already the team here using the Alien Vault and Logarithm, but Splunk they are not using the tool.
Okay. So no, like today, my plan was actually to kind of showcase the Splunk tool actually, which was requested earlier. So that's one thing I have kind of been working for a long time to kind of prepare the lab. So that was something planned today to kind of deliver and give a brief introduction about the Alien Vault tool. So, so that's something I have been planning for a long time actually.
So actually, Splunk tool, see, like they are using Alien Vault only, like day in and day out.
Okay.
So if we have like more knowledge on that, like that will be useful for them, because Splunk tool they are not using as of now.
Okay.
Or otherwise, you can cover this VAPT, and we can have this session like on a sim tool on the next day or other day.
Okay, then let me think about that. Actually, I have been kind of preparing this lab since I think it was requested long back. So I have been kind of preparing about this Splunk tool lab from a long time, actually. So let me give a thought. If you guys don't want to go with the Splunk, then maybe I'll kind of disregard that. So that's one thing. So what I will do is that then I will kind of skip the sim today. And what I will be doing is
Like
that
if
maybe
you, my request, like if you want to explain about the alien world, we can provide you the dashboard, and you can explain on the live dashboard to them. So it will be very useful to them also. Like we do have already alien world subscription, and one customer also onboarded into that MSSP platform. So
okay,
where you can take 2 to 3 use cases and you can explain on
okay.
that.
So let's do one thing. Maybe then what we do is that for the same tool, we take a separate session. Okay,
Hmm.
not today, since today I was with a mindset